sharing. Is showing. Is recording. Okay. Yes. Whew. Thank God. All right. So as I was saying, we have to make the decisions to move past meetings online, so that will allow us to have the meetings every week from 6:30 to 8-ish. Could be longer, could be quicker, depends on the day. That will be more like a study group that we're going to be sharing on our Past Friends WhatsApp and also our Facebook and all our socials about it. We always going to be recording the meetings. So if you maybe miss one of the nights for whatever reason, like holiday, sick, who knows, life happens. You can always go to our YouTube channel and watch the study you just missed. So you're never gonna be, lost, not gonna get lost on track on these studies. So that's the way you can keep up if you miss one of our nights. So today is our official first meeting online. The idea is for us to conduct a study, and it's always open. We're always going to share the materials you guys probably received through our WhatsApp group, the link of the PowerPoint. So we always kindly ask you if you could read the material before the meeting, so you can have already, an idea what we're going to be discussing. We're always going to have someone facilitating the meeting for us. Tonight we're going to have Carmen with introduction to Spiritism. I know because we're going to start from the beginning, so we can have this group as strong as we can, we possibly can. Some of the topics could be things that you guys already know, but it's never too much. So knowledge is knowledge, so we can go through them. It's always good to review and maybe look into them with a new eyes, so we always can absorb something different. So just bear with us. This is a new format. As you just saw a few minutes ago, I was struggling with the technology behind it. Usually Alex help us, but unfortunately he works on shifts, and sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. As today he's gonna be here later. But that's us. We're trying our best to keep this group going, to bring you guys something new, to make our group stronger. So the idea is to have the meetings every Tuesday night, start at 6:30. And we are aiming to have one, physical gathering, a meeting on a public space, like could be a park, a library. So we're always going to discuss with the group here, like when someone is free, could be like one Saturday, a Sunday morning or afternoon. We always can discuss that, a best date, so we can gather together, see each other if it's possible, have that physical contact that is so important to us. But those are the things that we can slowly get the hang of it. So our main goal today is to start and see how it goes. And also, please give us your feedback. What do you think we could improve? What do you think we could change? There is, as we always say at PASS, there is no right or wrong. It's us doing the best as we can with our abilities. So whatever feedback or whatever contribution you guys have would be great appreciated. So the idea is to go through these studies. Carmen will be facilitating this study tonight. As usually, we just put you have a little hand thing on your screen. If you need to say something, has something to say, just click that. Then we're going to give you the opportunity to talk and make these like flow on a better, as we usually do at PASC. Just make that a very friendly conversation and exchange knowledge between us. After we finish the topic of the night, Carmen will conduct like a meditation final prayer, where that it's also when we're gonna have our healing passes. So each one of us at our own space will, receiving whatever we need. So I strongly suggest you guys, if you didn't have, I didn't, a glass of water, to just bring. I'll give you a minute and myself to go and grab one. So you put your water beside your computer or whatever you are in your house, so that water will be energized for when we finish the meeting. You can drink your water. So I'll give you a minute to do that if you didn't get that organized, because I didn't. So back soon.
Já desliguei, não desliguei? Não desliguei como?
See, everyone is running for the water. the things we're gonna learning on the week. So we're always trying to remember that before we start the meeting, so we can have our water ready to go. So because tonight is the first night, we have some new people here, kind of. So we're gonna give you the opportunity once everybody's back to just to introduce yourself, your name, where you are at the moment. That's the beauty of being online. We can be connected with people like in any place, and my bottle doesn't open. Okay, got it. So we're gonna look. I'm already talking, so I'm just gonna let you know who I am. I'm Di. I've been part of PESC for I don't know how many years now, maybe 7, 8 years. I love to be part of the group. I love to study. I've been a worker for pretty much same kind of years that I've been visiting PESC. I start straight away after starting going to the meetings a couple of months after. So it's always a learning process for me, and always eager to learn more. So welcome everyone, and I hope we can have a really nice year together. So who is above me here on the screen? Lulu, if you can just introduce yourself. That's your name, where you are. I'm in Brisbane, by the way. Forest Lake. Louise.
Louise is not there.
She is. I just have her mic.
I've been with PESC for 13 years, maybe. Yeah. 14 years probably. From almost not from the very beginning, but for a long time. And yeah, being interesting, always learning something. There's always something to discuss. And today, the idea is if anyone has any comments, you can just interrupt and we can put your point of view, and we can appreciate different approaches to the subject. So that will be good. So I'll be presenting today.
Yeah. Next to Camille, it's Colleen and Yvonne. If you just can quickly introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Colleen, and this is my mom, Yvonne. She is, yes, communicating for me, but yes, saying what I am saying. How can I explain that? She is channeling for me. Yes, I have been in and around PESC since I was 16. Yes, it has been a brilliant journey, and I have loved being a part of this very beautiful and embracing group. Yes. Thank you.
Lulu, you would like to just quickly introduce yourself for us? So just
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my screen was lagging, so the button didn't press on for the microphone.
That's right.
So I'm Louise. I have been coming to PESC for about a year, I think. Colleen introduced me and very handily used to give me a ride in to Wollongabba. But now I can come whenever, so I'm looking forward to a new adventure.
Yes, great.
Very good.
Jax?
Okay, my voice is going through Carmen's microphone. Otherwise, we have microphone because you have side-by-side computers. So I've been in PESC same time as Carmen. We went together. It was when I became spiritist. So I read all the books and I got a lot of knowledge. I mean, a lot of knowledge and learning from the Spirit Center PESC. And I really enlightened my life. I would say that changed my life. At least now I have something to believe, something that I think is the truth, or at least closer. and as well some comfort to my spirit. I've been as well passing. Together with PESC in all the phases. At the time we had lots of people coming. Then came the the pandemic, and then shrink, and then pandemic went away, and then come back. Now we are back to the studies, which is a good way of grouping and then thinking what do you do next. So this will be a good exercise, and we will welcome everybody, and I'm sure that they will not regret having studying with us. I think we're going to learn a lot together.
Good. Now we have, do I have your name correctly? Ricarda? Ricarda?
Yes, it's Ricarda.
Welcome.
Thank you. I am in Brisbane, and I found the task on Facebook.
Oh, that's good. So
Excellent.
you haven't been, like, you never went when we are like, have like a physical place.
No, this is my
So
first
this is your
time.
first night.
Yes.
Oh gosh, and then you end up here my mess, like trying to get the
No
computer
worries.
working. I promise you, it's gonna be better from next week. I will get the hang of it.
Yes.
I use meetings, but like on my work computer is all there for me. It's already like I don't have to do many things and host and open do the things. But anyway, so welcome, Ricarda. Really, really nice to have you. You are you already a spiritist, or is your first contact with spiritism?
No, I attended the meetings in Brazil,
Okay.
in the Spiritism Center.
Out.
Oh, good.
Control
Okay.
Alt.
Good. So that's great. So this is our, initial group here. Hopefully we're gonna grow within time and slowly get these studies, and be a community as we are.
Yes.
So before we start the night, let's do an initial prayer.
Okay, to ask him that perspective.
Jackson, can you?
Uh,
So let's do initial prayer. Carmen, you saying something? You're mute. You're mute.
Sorry. Okay, by mistake. I wasn't intentional. I will start the presentation. I was just trying to find out how
In the
I
prayer.
present.
In the prayer.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just gonna do initial prayer before you started. Anyone feeling inspired to do initial prayer for us, like the first prayer of the year, officially first prayer of the year? Carmen already gonna be conducting studies, so I love when people put hands up. Go, Colleen.
Thanks.
Thanks, Colleen.
Thank you. As we calmly sit in this place, closing our eyes and breathing gently. We uplift our hearts to join with the collective light of love to our Heavenly Creator and all those in spirit that surround us, that support us, that have paved the way for us. We honor and we sit in deep gratitude for your presence always. We thank you for all that you have contributed to our lives, and may we sit with open hearts and open minds as the blessings are bestowed upon us to open, to be free, to share and to acknowledge, and most of all, to sit in gratitude for what we are and for who we are to become. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes.
Thanks, Colleen.
Thanks, Colleen.
Okay, so I'll try to tell Jackson, how do I present here?
Now just press present. Now you click there for this session. You first do this.
Eu fiz isso funcionalmente.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a screen. So you go Control Alt the Alt, Control Alt this. So the presentation must be in one screen. Let's see.
Não tá em lugar nenhum, acho que não ficou.
I'm good. Oh, it's okay. So now you this way and you go this way and then go select the share, tap the share. We do.
You need to.
So
Can you see it?
No, you're not
Yes.
sharing. Oh,
Yeah.
now yes.
Good.
Magic.
Magic.
See, this is what happened, and I include myself when you put a bunch of old people to do technology.
Tá, eu controlo aqui ou controlo aqui?
Tu pode, é no mouse, tu vai clicando no mouse e vai andando.
Okay. I'll just put together. Okay.
Aqui,
Okay. I have two PowerPoints really to present. One is just a presentation of our proposal and how this study group will work, and then we'll go for history of Spiritism, from just highlights from the beginning of Spiritism, where it came from and what happened, what made people try to explain what it was happening, and how it developed from there. So the study group then is online now, we all know. So our proposal from now on is we change the format of how we present ourselves. So we decide to do a study group and follow a systematic reading and discussion of a book. And this book was put together by it's a Spiritism course, and it's put together by the US Spiritist Federation. And the reason why we are getting this one, we adopt this one, is good. Second is because it's already in English, which is our proposal as well. So we are having sessions every Tuesday night from 6:30 to 8, Brisbane time. But yeah, it's Australian East time. And we are using Google Meet for the online meetings. Well, you all know because you are already here. So it's just a few informational topics. So we have we proposing WhatsApp group to, so I can post, for example, this PowerPoint, or we can post the chapters we are studying, or we can have, if you have any questions about books or anything really, we can discuss on that WhatsApp group. It's quicker and it's easier, I think. So the WhatsApp group we'll be proposing to use is the Past Friends. And so that's the reason why we want the WhatsApp group. Is all documentation, support information can be posted there. Not only from us, from the participants as well. You can join the WhatsApp group. You can join, I don't like it, you can leave. It's up to you. All recommended bibliography will also post it there. So book names, authors will post in there. So now how the study group will work every Tuesday. So this just a few highlights, so things that we normally don't think about, but yet it's part of the preparing for the meeting. Let's say choose if you are not at home, or say you are in a cafe or in your workplace, but working late, and you decide that you want to join, we should just choose a quiet place wherever you are. Bring some water, that we just all forgot, so we got it now. Invite friends to join. If you know anyone that may be interested, please invite them. And be punctual. So we try to do 6:30 because the meetings are 6:30 to 8. Sometimes this topic is very content heavy, and so it would be nice to if we can fulfill it on the time we have. Said that, we have no commitment really with finishing a topic. A topic can go from one week to the next. We go half this week, half next week, as long as we are happy that we understand and we discuss what we need to discuss, we respond to the questions we have in our minds, then we are not on a timetable. So quick highlights on the book we chose for this study, which is the Introduction to Spiritism by U.S. Spiritist Council. And the overview of the program I will do just for the next slides will be what are our intentions, what are the fundamentals, and what is the objectives. So the intention of PESC to do this study is, this course itself, is for people who want to learn the basic of Spiritism or to consolidate knowledge. You already know something, but you just refresh it and consolidate what you already know. So it is really for everyone. The fundamentals are, the course is fundamentally wants to improve your doctrinal knowledge from, as stated by Kardec on the 5 books of Kardec, and other related books, but basically the Spiritist doctrine, and also present the Spiritist ethical and moral behavior according to Jesus' teachings, as is in Gospel. Gospel according to Spiritism, and we'll see. I'll highlight it later. What is it? So what is our big objective here? Is self-improvement. Why we are here? For self-improvement, to get better. And the main goal for Spiritism is to achieve spiritual fulfillment. And the objective for each participant is to attain inner transformation and relive Jesus' teachings. It's to be better and be like Jesus, which will be very hard, but to be better. And like is in the Gospel according to Spiritism, love one another. This is the first teaching. Educate yourselves is the second teaching. So that's what we are here for. It's to learn how to love one another and to educate ourselves. So just a very quick highlight of all the topics. This first book, I think it's called workbook, has this program here, which is the very basic of Spiritism. So we will see the story, what is it, what's the different aspects. See, does God exist? Doesn't exist? Does the spirit exist or not exist? Do we reincarnate? We don't reincarnate. There are the other words, yes or no. Can we talk to the spirits? And free will, determinism, are we subject to fatality? Why do we pray? How should we do gospel at home? Should we communicate at home? Should we pray at home? And what's good and evil? So this is just, in theory, each topic is 1 day, but I can tell you now, History of Spiritism will be 2 days because we already late. But anyway, it'll be good. So the Allan Kardec bibliography is the 5 books of Kardec, the basic ones. There's millions of others that we can read and consult, and they're all good as well. Chico Xavier in general got very good books. Givaldo got good books. So there's lots of good books around. But basically, we will follow those 5 ones. So the dynamics of everyday meeting or the study will be, topics will be completed in 60 or 90 minutes. Some of the lessons may be more than a day, because sometimes it's longer subject. After every meeting, the presenter will propose supplementary activities like questionnaires or activities you can do at home, free to do it or not to do it. And but if you want to take further studies, so you have some guidelines on what to do. And final note, to fully enjoy the experience, please follow the simple guides below. Attendance. Don't miss meetings, because one subject follows the other. Effort. Nothing is for free. Yeah, today I have a cough. I'm not feeling well. I'm busy. My kids are screaming. There's always something. There's always something. But I can tell. I know. But nothing is for free. We know that there is an effort that we need to make ourselves. We need to prepare ourselves. We need to plan. We need to minimize interruptions. We need to try. We need to put an effort in. Understanding. Do you suffer? We can understand why we are suffering. So Spiritism this course will give you understanding of the basics on the doctrine that explains why everything happens for a reason. We don't suffer for nothing. There's always a reason. Gratitude. Thanks God for the hope new solutions bring. So being here and being on this course, on this study group, is a new solution. So we should be thankful that we have this opportunity. And serenity is no activity can come to an end if a person does not take responsibility for his or her part with serenity. This is talking about acceptance. If I don't accept my responsibility and my responsibility towards this study group, in this case, but as a general statement to everything, that activity will never get to a conclusion because we are not fully accepting our part on that activity, be it the study group or anything else in our lives. So come and participate. So that's it. Any questions? All good? Okay. So I'll close this one. Not sure how to ignore. Stop presenting. Now I'm going to the other one. Esse aqui. That's it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Just present now. You present that.
Onde que eu vou no present?
Yeah. Na flechinha. Do lado da mãozinha. Do lado da mãozinha. Do outro lado.
Present now. Yes. Select
Windows. Select Windows. Aí sim.
Well, yes. This one. Share. That's it. Yes. So what I'm doing here is the U.S. Federation sent the work. We received the workbook and the PowerPoint. The problem with the PowerPoint is it came in a PDF type document, which means that I cannot transform into a PowerPoint presentation. It's protected. So I will just show. So what I'm doing is I'm using the PowerPoint as is, but as a PDF. So we're going as a document. So I'll just pass this, which we already discussed. This is the program, our proposal. This is already done. And here we start with the history of the Spiritism.
Só um pouquinho.
Sorry.
Só mais um. Aí. Depois você vai clicando por páginas. Assim, naquela flechinha ali da
Essa aqui.
alma da. Clica.
Okay. Actually, this is not it.
This is not the
No. Sorry. I got the wrong one. Stop presenting. Sorry.
Let's see if it can help you. Esse aqui?
Não, abre o outro slide, abre history that one.
Okay, very correct.
Ok,
Close this one again.
fecha isso aqui também.
Okay. This aqui. Aqui.
Ok.
Aqui. Sure. There you go.
There you go. Those are the slides. So if I can go page by page, there you go. So here's that the story of obviously we have we have throughout our history reports of we say supernatural events. The Bible is full of it. People talking to God, things getting fire or out to combust, and all sorts of different strange events, inexplicable events. And those events, there's been attributes to God in the Bible and to the devil in other places. But the Spiritism history starts in 1848 with the Fox sisters in US. And this is because not only they're receiving, or they start, in the house they live, they hear noises around the house. And both of them were mediums. So annoying knocks were heard from the wooden walls, and the girls, 9 and 12 years old, were really scared, obviously, but they were the ones that could hear the mediums where this spirit was trying to communicate, but they didn't know that at the time. The knocks or raps continued that night. Later, the manifestations include the sound of chairs being dragged in as time went on. The noises became more and more complex. Moving objects and different sounds. So 3 days later, the girls just got used to the noise, and they talk to. So accustomed to the noise, they imitate the knocks by drumming the pieces of furniture with their fingers while talking to the side of the house, which is knocks that come frequently. And they noticed that they were looks like a response. And then a friend of the family, well, because they type in the same noise that the spirit were doing before, so and the spirit is respond to those tapping, so they thought that there's some intelligence trying to communicate. And a friend of the family then decided to put an alphabet to translate the knocks. So 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, or some relationship like that, to try to understand the invisible entity. The invisible knocker told them his story. His name was Charles Rosman. He was a salesman. He used to travel and stay at the house as a guest, and he was murdered in that house, and they stole his money. He buried him underneath the house. So obviously that word got to the village or to the people around, and the church didn't like it, and they excommunicated, and they did lots of different exams to prove that they can do it, they cannot do it, but nothing was conclusive. Then in 1888, 40 years after, one of the sisters said it was all fake. It was not true. That didn't happen. They made it up. And then because someone offered, the church offered some money to her to say that, but then later on she regretted, and She joined the spiritualist movement that started in US, and they said it was a real, it was a real event. It didn't happen. What's really interesting here? So they obviously, there's lots of visitors now used to go to the cottage just to see where it all started. They found the skeleton of the person that was assassinated there. And then the cottage was removed from there. They say the spirits stay with the cottage. So the cottage burned, and they put plaque that says who lives, the Fox family who live in this cottage at the time, Margaret and Kate Fox, aged 9 and 11 years old, received the first proof of the continuity of the life, which was the beginning of the modern spiritualism movement in March 1848. This cottage was bought and moved from Hagglesville, New York, to original site, Lilydale in New York, in 1916.
At the time was spiritualism.
Hmm?
It was called spiritualism.
Yeah, it was called spiritualism, not spiritism. Spiritism is a term that Kardec invented. So in 1852, the first American missionaries of modern spiritualism, that's the name it used to have, lived for Scotland and England. In 1853, the ship Washington departed from New York to the port of Bremen, taking mediums, books, brochures, and gazettes. So they really went to Europe to spread the word. The press announces for the first time the arrival of the movement in Europe in April 1853 on the Live with the Left Spirit page 19. And then in Europe, some phenomena were also happening. In the Delphine Gay de Girardi is a French lady that she had some phenomena happening, and she was the one that studied the turning tables in France. We know that the turning tables were the tables that used to move and hit the legs to make the noise. And those are the ones that Kardec start to investigate, and that's how Kardec get involved in these spaces. So the Kardec was the person that codified the species. It means he did a study of it, a collection of information, put it all together, organized, put in the books. So he was born in 1804 in Lyon, in France, and he was educated in Pestalozzi in Switzerland. He was a pedagogue and a scientist. He spoke German, English, Italian, and Spanish. He was a very well-educated person. He also published many books aiming to develop proposal methodologies for education. He was a teacher, and he was very interested in advanced studies to help his students. In 1954, he was told about turning tables for the first time. That someone told him, oh, there is this lady that has the table that jump the legs, kick the floor and make noise, but can also make to speak. You ask a question and there is a reply, because what they used to do is they used to say two answers, yes or no. So you ask a question and the table will say yes or no. Those are the original answers. One kick for yes, two kicks for no. It only believe that I will only believe it when it's proven to me that a table has a brain with which to think, nerves with which can feel, and the ability to reach the state of somnambulism. Oh, I don't know why he put somnambulism there. In 55, Carlotti was the first to speak to me about the intervention of the spirits, but far from convincing me. That's Kardec speaking. He increased my curiosity. A well-educated man in May of 55, a well-educated man of serious character, analytical and calm, he made a strong impression on me, invited me to attend the experiments. There's someone, then the other one, someone talking about Kardec. Well-educated, serious character, analytical and calm. So he was like an investigator. So in Rua de Lagrange, it was the first time that Kardec participated in a session, let's put it this way, where the phenomenon of turning tables, they used to call turning tables, was presented. One night, his protector spirit, Zephyr, that was the mentor of Kardec, sent him a very personal message saying that through the table, saying that he has lived a previous life as a Druid in Gallia, and he was then in Gallia, he was called Allan Kardec. Allan Kardec was not the French name of the codifier. He was Vivaldi, what's his name? Rivail. And then he adopted the name of Kardec because in one of those sessions, the other thing that it needs to be said is the tables that used to say yes or no by hitting the legs of the table once or twice, it changed to I think they used something in here. They changed it to a basket with letters. So the instead of the table say yes or no and hit the leg of the table on the floor, it could move this basket and point to a letter. So that's how the messages evolve as well. Now I see it. Okay. There is an intelligent power expressed through the movement. Yes or no answers. And then the legs of the table in motion stuck a blow to say yes or no back. Then they had they put a pencil fitted to a basket. And first of the alphabet, and then they attached a pencil to a basket so it could write, moving the basket and write. And the person that was the medium would be with the hands on the basket. The presence of certain gifted persons would potentiate the movements. So he realized that there is people that needs to be present for this to work. Mediums started to write using the basket, or the psychic means of communication like speaking, hearing, seeing, touching, writing start to happen as well.
Colleen raised the mic.
Yes, Colleen, please.
So the basket was very clumsy, and the medium placed their hands on top of the basket. The basket had wheels underneath it, and the messages were written. What is fascinating is that the handwriting changed depending on who the communicator was. So it was extraordinarily interesting, fascinating for those that witnessed, because the handwriting and the style of handwriting changed depending on who came through. Yes. But it is and it is, as you will explain later, very clumsy still. It was really only after the mediums themselves took up the pencil that it became much more fluid. Yes. But interesting that such a clumsy object, such as the basket with wheels on it, yes, was able to generate such extraordinary outcomes. Yes.
And if you think about how much, exactly, they must be sitting there for ages.
Yes.
So very primitive.
It's been very, very primitive. But obviously, with time, the things evolved and got a lot
Right.
better. Yes, Di?
And also, well, that's the meal gossip that the Ouija tablet, like Ouija table, Ouija tablet, how do you call that?
Yeah.
The Ouija
The Ouija board.
Ouija board, thank you.
Yes.
Originate from that after
Yes,
the the tables and everything. And like and nowadays it's considering more like it was considered for many years like a game, just a game, but the origin is on that.
Yes, that's the start of it. Yes. Um, I'm not sure who said that. I think it was Kardec. I perceive in those phenomena the key of the obscure and controversial problem of humanity past and future. The solution they have been seeking in my entire life.
Kardec.
Yeah, that's Kardec speaking. Oh, for him, because he was chosen to be the one to qualify all this. And Mrs. I think it's Mrs. Baldwin. Miss Baldwin. It was very important for Kardec. Yes, Colleen?
Sorry, I am interrupting.
No, that's all right.
Yes. So what was imperative, I sense at the time, the information that was coming through was vital. People who were playing around with tables were fascinated by the yes/no, but the realization that good content could be derived from the connection to spirit is what was fulfilling for Kardec's research. Yes.
Later on, yes.
Yes.
And also,
I think another very important realization was simple but very determinant, was that behind those noises there was an intelligence.
Yes.
So that was the key factor for them.
The key revelation, really, isn't it? There is someone there.
There is an intelligence.
Yes, there is someone there. So, so that's Kardec then passed to frequent to attend Miss Baldwin address as the truth, and every month, and at this place I will be at your service for a quarter of an hour. That's the spirit of truth, the truth that we have in the Spirit's book. The Spirit of Truth talk about many different topics. So just a quick overview of the dates or how things happening. So 150 years of light and peace. 1857, that's when Kardec finished the Spirit's book. In 1858, it started the Spiritist Journal. In 61, he finished the Medium's book. In 64, the Gospel According to Spiritism. In 65, Heavens and Hell. In 68, Genesis. And he just died as soon as he finished this one here. Like next day, kind of.
Really?
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that detail.
I had it somewhere. It was like I think it was almost the next day, something like that. Very
I knew he died
spooky.
after finished the 5 books, but I wasn't aware it was like kind of.
Ah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was like next day or 2 days, something very close. Finished writing, he had an aneurysm. It died. So it's just like the time to finish it. And there is this postmortem work that's a posthumous work. It's a compendium of writings like that he had, nothing in a book, but his annotations and his own writing that was collected by his son.
Co-workers.
And that's it.
It is interesting, isn't it, that we launch from the Fox sisters, but there were others in the modern age. We can go back to the 1700s with Swedenborg.
Ah, yes.
Swedenborg was before. Was before, yes.
Yes,
Swedenborg
and he was an academic. He was widely recognized and had so many interests in science and technology and all kinds of such things. But he himself connected with spirit and had open conversations with so many historical figures. Yes, and yet Swedenborg rarely gets a mention in Spiritism. I wonder why that is. Yes.
But you know what? There is
Sweden-
a text from him in the Spirits book.
But Swedenborg was the first one to affirm that when we die, we don't go dormant until the
The last judgment.
the judgment day. It has Swanberg said that there are cities there that the people that have a profession here continues to have a profession in the other side. There are
Yes.
mothers, there are children.
Yeah.
That is in his test. I did some study. It's quite interesting.
Yes.
Decades before. Oh,
Decades.
Before Kardec.
Because Sandberg was 1800s, end of 1800s.
Yes.
It was a
Maybe 80 years before Kardec, not even a century before Kardec. So it was very close to Kardec.
And his writings were also scientific.
Yes.
Yes.
But what was important, I sense, in a historical perspective, is that in the 1800s there was this recognition initially, but it was overridden by the scientific works that were coming out, such as Darwinism and the scientific acknowledgement of how matter is recognized, how we term the atom and the microcosmic world, the natural world, and so it was overshadowed. Yes, and so I sense that Kardec brought back the scientific work, but also in spiritualism as well. There were works in at the same time happening in England and Scotland, works by Conan Doyle and others that were trying to rein it in because mediums were cashing in on the what is it? The vulnerability of those that were searching for confirmation from loved ones. Yes.
Yes, but also what I think that happens Kardec as well, and that maybe was a problem for snowboarding, is that by 1850s the printing work became more popular as the years pass. There's more books being printed. There's more that in the 1700s were more complicated. It's expensive, and it started getting more affordable.
Yes.
And I think that helped him as well
Yes.
to propagate. to show other people. So, and also I think they better organized because for whatever reason that they put a journal together. He wrote to everybody all over Europe. Every strange event, he wrote to people. He asked questions. He compiled responses. So he was a very busy man.
Yeah, he was a scholar.
Yeah.
So he was as well
Methodic.
chosen by the spirituality because of his determination and also because of his discipline or because of his method, scientific way of, dealing with such thing as, the existence of spirits and and later on about what the spirits were saying. So he sent questions to many different places in the world, the same question, before they consider our response as genuine.
To put in the book. So same question for different places in the world, the same response, then that will go to the book. So he has confirmation. He tests one and another and another. It wouldn't go by word of one contact, which was very tiring, isn't it? Time consuming. So if you consider the number of years between one book and the other, it's like 1, 2, 3 years max. It's really he was a very busy person doing all this, really. Very special person. But anyway, so that's the start of Spiritism. But also the journals, the Spiritism journals that he started the journals in the Spiritism. I don't know if we have it, but I had access to some of those. We still can get the journals, all of them.
I have it.
From you have it, isn't it? We can have all the journals from the Spiritism magazine. They used to publish once a month. So with the reports of all different things that are happening, which I think may help to popularize or make it more popular, the subject itself between the community. People are interested because it's interesting. It's in the magazine, in small magazine, you can read it. So it's interesting. Any other comments?
No, I think it was great. Like, as I said, as we comment on the beginning, like this is just the introduction about Spiritism and like basics that most of us already, read somewhere, but like always new things can come to the light. Like, for example, for me, it was a surprise that Kardec just died straight away after he finished the Genesis. So it's really excited to always learn something new. So thank you, Carmen. I think we're going to get better within time, and more attuned as a group to always be more into the subject and everything. So I'm really excited about the next chapters.
And today really it's more like informational, really. It's just what happened, where it's coming from, what happened originally, how people got to the conclusion that spirits exist. And
so Ricarda, if you are interested, you can send me on a private message that your phone number. I can add you to the PASS group, the friends group on WhatsApp. I'm about to share the next lesson for next week. Then everybody can have a look and be more prepared for next week. Even comes with questions or anything that you can add to the study. That will be great. So I can add you to the group if you have the interest to do so. And I think now we can just move for the next part of the night when Carmen will conduct a little meditation, final prayer, healing passes, as we call. We need to come with a name with that 3-in-1 thing. A very special name, because it is what it is. It's a time that now we're going to calm down connect even more with the spirituality and feel ourselves connect to each other. And we're gonna be releasing the things we don't need anymore, and we're gonna be receiving the things that we will be blessed by God and by spiritual friends. So, Carmen, if you can just go to the next part of our meeting, please.
Okay, I'll just start this presenting. So if we can just all sit very comfortable on our chairs, close our eyes, just breathe, deep breathe, calm our hearts, calm our thoughts. And just think about like a white cloud. It's on the sky of our mind. And this cloud is sending an energy that's very calming. It's very peaceful. We can see little shiny yellow rays coming from it, and it's expanding. It's full of love and goodwill, and will expand this cloud that we are seeing in the sky. It will get bigger, and the energy will get stronger, and this energy, it's embracing everybody in our house. This energy is embracing everybody in our suburb. And we're expanding this energy, this love, this peace and calm to our city, to our state, to our country, and to our world. We're sending good vibes, strong energy of peace and love and comprehension and calm. We want the people to be friends. We want communion of ideas, not division. We want our world to be a better place. We want to help our world to be a better place by being ourselves a better person. So we still sending from our hearts our energy together with this our clouds. We're sending from our hearts love to everybody and to everyone, everywhere in the world. We are so be it. As we are sitting here, I will just do the prayer for us to receive our blessings and finalize our meeting. Dear God, bless us and help us through our paths in this world for us to be, better people, but also that you can help our friends and our not so many friends and our enemy, that you can help everybody, that we can be nice to everybody, that we want to be able to protect and help whenever people need help. So be it. Thank you very much for participating in our meeting today.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for staying to the end. Again, sorry about the technical issues in the beginning. I promise we're going to get better with time, so things going to flow on a more smooth way. And yeah, I hope to see you all guys next Tuesday.
So what's going to be next week, just to come?
Next week is the next topic. Is that the
Is-
question?
Yeah.
It still is history of Spiritism,
So
but
this
it's
is the
just
second part.
just the second part, the continuation.
It's going to be the continued evolution of the Spiritism,
Yeah.
Which is not just the communication, as Carmen just mentioned. The communication, I believe, was very, very, very primitive, because primitive was as well the mediums and the way of you know what I mean. It evolved with the psychophony and psychography, and the old way of spirits communicate with smashing and banging, being all left on that time. So
Jackson, you're giving spoilers about next week.
now I'm just creating the expectation and explaining more as well what happened today. That's all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Oh, thank you all.
See you
I hope
next
to see you
week.
all. Thanks, Ricardo, for joining us. We promise you,
We need
we're
to
not that
stop
crazy all the time,
recording.
just sometimes.
Stop
Okay,
recording.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye all.
Bye.